Welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, today we are unpacking some seriously high-voltage drama unfolding in the upcoming episodes of Dangal TV's hit show Pati Brahmachari. We are looking at an absolute masterclass in tension, where a volatile love triangle and intense domestic rivalry are colliding head-on with some massive professional stakes. Now, if you've been following the show, you already know the pressure has been building for a while, but these latest developments, they are pushing the characters into an absolute pressure cooker. So we're going to break down exactly how this two-front war is taking shape and what it means for our main characters moving forward. Let's get right into it.
Just picture this scene for a second. You walk into your own family kitchen, literally the heart of the home, right? And you see someone else, a rival, cooking for your family while wearing an apron blazoned with these exact words, Suraj's wife. This isn't just some innocent fashion choice. It is a direct, highly calculated provocation. It's this shocking, inciting incident that sets off a massive chain reaction in the household. Avni isn't just stepping on toes here. She is trying to rewrite the fundamental rules of the house right in front of everyone's eyes.
So let's dive into part 1, the apron controversy, and how a bold move completely backfires. Because this is the exact spark that lights the powder keg in these upcoming episodes. Avni decides to cook for the entire family wearing that exact provocative apron. She's banking on the idea that performing the traditional duties of a wife while literally wearing the label will somehow force the family, and Suraj, to just accept her presence and her self-appointed status. But this bold move completely backfires. The moment Suraj actually sees this, the tension in the room instantly boils over. His reaction is explosive. He doesn't just politely ask her to take it off. He is furious. He violently scolds Avni in front of everyone, demanding she remove the apron immediately. What we're seeing here is Suraj drawing a hard, non-negotiable line in the sand. He makes it categorically clear to Avni and to the entire household watching this harsh rejection that the right to that title, the right to be called his wife, belongs exclusively to Isha. There is absolutely no gray area for him.
And this dynamic perfectly captures the core conflict driving the domestic side of this drama. On one hand, you have Avni continuously playing the innocent interloper. She uses these acts of service, like cooking for the family, to mask her underlying ambition to assert herself as a spouse. But on the other side, we see Suraj acting as this firm, unyielding boundary. He is actively rejecting Avni's advances and just completely refusing to let her play these psychological games. He's basically acting as a brick wall, protecting the sanctity of his marriage to Isha against Avni's calculated infiltration.
Which brings us to section 2. Isha draws the line, and the counteroffensive begins. Because we really have to pivot to Isha's perspective now. She is entirely aware of what's happening.
Isha is definitely not some passive victim waiting to be rescued in this love triangle. The moment she registers Avni's tactics, the counteroffensive is officially on. To understand her mindset, we really need to talk about suspicion, or shock. In this context, we aren't talking about a passing doubt. This is complete and utter distrust in Avni's perceived innocence. Isha has absolute certainty regarding Avni's malicious motives. Honestly, no matter how much Avni plays the victim or acts like a helpful, naive houseguest, Isha sees right through the facade. She understands that Avni's innocent domestic acts are actually weapons designed to dismantle her life, and she recognizes the apron incident for what it truly is, a deliberate attack on her identity and her marriage. She absolutely refuses to sit back and watch it happen.
So the crucial point is how Isha channels this suspicion into direct confrontation. She goes straight to Suraj and lays it all out. She states unequivocally that no matter how innocent Avni pretends to be, she will never, ever let Avni take her place in the home or claim her husband's rights. She vows to protect her marriage at all costs. You see, this isn't just about jealousy. It's about a woman fiercely defending her rightful position and refusing to let another person manipulate their way into her life.
And right when you think it can't get any more intense, we hit section 3, IPS Officer on Duty, the professional pressure cooker. Here is where the narrative elevates from a standard domestic dispute into a full-blown high-stakes thriller.
Because remember, Isha isn't just a wife fighting a battle inside the four walls of her home. She is an IPS officer on active duty. While her home life is turning into a battlefield, her professional life is turning into a massive pressure cooker. Just look at the responsibilities stacked on her shoulders right now. She has been assigned crucial Independence Day duties for the high-profile August 15th government celebrations. This means she is personally responsible for the security of major artists, high-ranking VIPs, and overseeing large-scale, incredibly complex coordination across the city. This is not a desk job, folks. This is a ticking clock, highly visible, zero margin for error professional assignment. We are shifting from the absurdity of domestic sabotage over an apron straight into literal matters of national security.
To put that into perspective, what you should really take away from this is the incredibly relatable tension of balancing the badge and the home. Sure, the circumstances in the show are highly exaggerated for television, but the core struggle, that is something so many people understand. I mean, how do you give 100% to a demanding, high-stakes career when your sanctuary, your very home, is under active threat? Isha is forced to completely split her focus. Every single moment she spends managing VIP security is a moment Avni could be using to manipulate her family, and every ounce of energy she spends fighting Avni is energy taken away from protecting the public. It is an exhausting, impossible situation.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds, because the Maha-Twist is definitely approaching for the ultimate showdown.
With the tension at an absolute maximum, both at home and at work, the show is gearing up for a massive turning point. These dual storylines of personal rivalry and professional duty are on a total collision course. It all begs this one burning question driving these upcoming episodes. How will Isha manage the home and the nation simultaneously? Can she actually pull off a flawless Independence Day security protocol while concurrently blocking Avni's relentless domestic sabotage? It's the ultimate test of her endurance, her intelligence, and her emotional limits. As we map out this impending Maha-Twist, you can see the strategies are escalating on both sides. On Isha's end, her defense, she is taking new, incredibly strict steps to protect her relationship. The gloves are off. She's moving past verbal warnings and getting into concrete actions. Meanwhile, looking at Avni's offense, having been so boldly rejected by Suraj during that apron incident, she isn't giving up. She's adapting. She's now looking for sneaking, covert new ways to get closer to him, likely trying to just bypass Suraj's boundaries entirely. You guys, this unique blend of personal rivalry and intense professional stakes guarantees that high-voltage drama awaits us. The writers have brilliantly cornered the protagonist here. By ramping up the professional pressure on Isha during Independence Day, they've made her most vulnerable at home at the exact moment Avni is changing her attack strategy. It is literally the perfect recipe for a television pressure cooker, creating a deeply engaging story about duty, boundaries, and the lengths people will go to protect what is theirs.
Which leaves us with this final, thrilling thought to ponder as we wait for these episodes to drop. When the pressure finally peaks, when the VIPs are arriving and Avni makes her next calculated move, will it be Isha's badge or her marriage that faces the ultimate breaking point? Can she truly save both, or will a victory on one front guarantee a devastating loss on the other? It's a fascinating setup, and I, for one, absolutely cannot wait to see how the creators of Pati Brahmachari resolve this ultimate two-front war. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep analyzing